Khamzat Chimaev, Boars, the Wolf, 12-0, undefeated, mixed martial arts phenom, wrecking machine of violence.
Kill everybody!
Where is he? Where has he been? That is the real question, and more importantly, who is he going to fight next? There was some talk about him to Dana White at the post-fight press conference a few days ago. Dana said, listen, looks like he's going through some personal problems, but he will be back soon. And I, for one, I cannot wait. Now, listen, there was some talks a little while ago of potentially Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev. I don't know if they were official, but I was talking to Robert Whittaker about that on my podcast. He said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to fight for the belt. I'm not risking it to fight Khamzat Chimaev. I've worked too hard. And listen, he made the right decision because now Robert Whittaker is fighting Dricus du Plessis in a confirmed #1 contender matchup. You know, who do you think wins that one? I mean, that's a tough fight for Dricus, but still, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Khamzat Chimaev, okay? Ever since he came to the UFC, 6-0, 12-0 overall. Apart from Gilbert Burns, stopped everybody, destroyed everybody, kind of made it look easy. Last time out, UFC 279, last September, was supposed to fight Nate Diaz in the main event. Came in very overweight, 7 pounds overweight, didn't give a damn, flipped off everyone at the weigh-ins and yeah, got booed. A true bad guy was born. And I love it, to be honest. All I care about is the way they fight inside the octagon. He brings the action, the entertainment every single time. And yeah, you know, he's playing up to this moniker of the Bond villain, you know. And yeah, listen, you know, I like characters in mixed martial arts. Makes it a bit more interesting. But who's he going to fight next? You know, there's a lot of people that wanted to fight him. There was talk about him fighting Paulo Costa. There was rumours him fighting Costa in October this year out in Abu Dhabi. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was something that was floating around. But Dana White said a few days ago that Kamaru Usman had been blowing up Dana White trying to get a fight at a catch weight with Khamzat Chimaev. And listen, you gotta love Kamaru Usman for that. I mean, what a guy. Listen, Kamaru Usman was the pound for pound #1. Okay, defended the belt, I don't know, 6-7 times, something like that. Defending against the next best guy in the world, time after time after time. You know, heavy is the man that wears the throne, or heavy is the burden that wears the crown, some shit, something like that. But still, it's hard when you're the champ. Everyone else in the world's trying to take that off you, okay? And then he loses it. He gets caught by Leon Edwards. They have a rematch in London earlier in the year. Didn't get the job done, and now he's no longer the champ. You know, what is he going to do? Is he going to retire? He's made plenty of money. Is he going to move up a weight class to make it easier? Or is he going to go and call out Khamzat Chimaev one of the toughest fights in the entirety of the sport? That's what he did. I mean, come on. You have to respect that move. Here, excuse me, just grabbing the laptop. Here is what Dana had to say about it. He said,
it's a fight that Usman wants. That's no secret. Usman literally came to the office to lobby for that fight. I told him I love him. Usman is one of the best guys we've ever worked with. I love working with the guy. You know, look at all the things he's accomplished. I don't do catch weights.
I don't like catch weights. Catch weights mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. If he wants to move up to 185 and fight him, we can talk about it.
And listen, I get it. You know, I mean, that would be a huge fight. It really would. But if it's at a catch weight, it has no ramifications. It has no importance in either welterweight or 185. Listen, if somebody misses weight, you agree to a catch weight at the last minute because you want the fight to continue. You don't want to let the fans down. You don't want to let the promotion down and all the hard work that the athletes themselves have done. That's why they do it last minute, but you don't plan on that. It doesn't really make sense. But Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman, I mean, come on. What a fight that would be. As I say, I respect Usman for that. Talk about going out of the frying pan into the fire. Do you know what I mean? That is just insane. But what's going on? Where is he? So we've got some more little notes here from my channel manager. He says that Darren Till says that Khamzat is training hard for a Paulo Costa fight at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi, October 21st. That is 5 months away. It's another 5 months from now. You know, Khamzat is 29 years old. He's in the prime of his life. Listen, he's got many, many years left to compete and he's going nowhere anytime soon. But, you know, listen, that's 5 months. During my career, I fought 3 times in 6 months, UFC 83, 85, and UFC 89. So, listen, what do we think is going to happen? How is this going to play out? Listen, Khamzat Chimaev, I'm not sure what's happening, but he will be back. I mean, this man loves to fight, expert wrestling, heavy, heavy hands, beautiful jiu-jitsu. But, you know, He's got to get back in there. It's all well and good having all the capability and the potential and the technique in the world. You got to step in there and you got to fight. And listen, Khamzat Chimaev's not scared of anyone. He is not scared of anyone. The man's absolutely out of his mind. You might have heard me tell this story before. I think it was during the pandemic or right at the end of the pandemic in 2022, maybe. Yeah, it started 2022. There's me. I pick up Darren Till and Khamzat Chimaev. Oh no, sorry, they pick me up. They pick me up and we go out to dinner in Las Vegas. Go to a beautiful restaurant, Barry's Downtown Prime, and we're in there and we have our dinner. Khamzat wasn't drinking. He drives back. He's driving like an absolute goddamn madman, a maniac, like a crazy person going the wrong way down the street. I'm in the back screaming like a little girl because I'm a little older, I'm a little bit more mature, and I've gone a little bit more sensible. Some may say boring in my old age. Then we pull up at a gas station. I run in to grab some waters for the room. We come out. Darren Till's driving now. They're doing goddamn donuts in the car park. I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to get arrested. They're laughing their heads off. They're having a laugh. They don't care. Khamzat's out of his mind in the best possible way. But what's going to happen? Paulo Costa, I don't know if that's the fight that's going to happen. Kamaru Usman, take my money. Paulo Costa, take my money. There was talk of Whittaker, remember, but Whittaker's now fighting Dricus du Plessis. So who do you think will be the one to end up fighting Khamzat Chimaev? And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I mean, Khamzat, when you look at him, he's one of those guys that's in a rare position because he's had most of his career at 170. He could fight for the belt relatively soon at 170. Remember, Leon Edwards actually, I think twice, accepted a fight with Khamzat Chimaev. So you got to give all credit in the world to Leon Edwards. Before he was the champion, he was trying to get those big fights. So he accepted 2 fights. They never happened, but now he's the champ. Of course, everyone wants to fight Leon. And Leon's going to fight Colby Covington, let's be honest. But Khamzat, if he can make 170, and that's the big question, but he probably can, he's done it before. One win and he could fight for the belt. 185, one good win, he could fight for the belt. I mean, who doesn't want to see Israel Adesanya versus Khamzat Chimaev? Granted, Dricus du Plessis, Robert Whittaker, whoever wins fights Israel Adesanya. But I'm telling you, he can fight at 185 for the belt with one big win. He can probably fight at 205 as well. Let's be honest, listen, Jamal Hill recently beat Glover Teixeira. He's the champ. He's probably going to defend against Yuri Prochazka this summer. Can't wait for that one. What a fight that's going to be. Yuri Prochazka, the samurai man. He's out of his mind in the best way possible as well. I love all these characters in mixed martial arts. Jamal Hill, Yuri Prochazka is going to be incredible. If in that meantime, Khamzat Chimaev had one good win, geez Louise, he can fight for that belt as well. So technically, Khamzat Chimaev has a right or a claim to potential 3 belts at once, 170, 185, 205. That is the hype of the man. That is the fan interest. That is the ability and the body size that he has, because he's just about small enough to make 170 and just about big enough where he can bulk up to 205. Anyway, I've been waffling on for quite some time. Let me know, how do you think this is going to play out? Who is going to be the ultimate opponent that Khamzat Chimaev ends up fighting, and when do you think it's going to be? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell. I'm still in Vegas in my hotel room. We've got Power Slap 2 going down tomorrow, so I'll be commentating that one. Very much looking forward to it. Hope you're all well. Subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon.